and welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekly intuitive astrology reading for July 4th to July 10th. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. If you're not already subscribed, please be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and also make sure that those notification settings are set to your liking. I saw a couple comments that people were actively looking for my content and couldn't find it, which was a little disconcerting. Always go to the channel homepage. If you're not finding it on your feed, or you're putting it into YouTube and it's not populating for whatever crazy reason, always go to the channel homepage and it will be there. I also make playlists, so check the playlist. I have a playlist for these astrology readings, so go ahead and check that. Okay. Yeah, it made me a little sad. I was like, uh-oh. Anyway, so the way this works for my newbies, I'm going to go over the astrology of the week, and then I go ahead and I pull cards and channelings and do channelings and all that stuff. If you're not interested in the astrology portion, I'm sure somebody will tag the tarot card portion. So yeah, let's dive in. I'm loving this week. I'm loving the aspects this week. There's a lot of them, so I'm going to try to explain them to you as simply as I can to not overwhelm you with too many details. But where to start? First of all, this is a great week for dealing with people. This is a great week for mingling, meeting new people, for dating, for trying to negotiate, do business dealings. It's also a really great week to try new things, to kind of get your fingers in all kinds of different pies. It's kind of like the week of Gemini energy, even though we only have Mercury and Venus in Gemini right now, and we have a lot of Cancer and Pisces energies right now. It's feeling very Geminian to me. Even just intuitively, it's feeling very, very Gemini to me. Like going out and talking to people, then, I don't want to go work, I want to go listen to music or whatever. It's like creative energy, watery energy, bouncing around kind of energy, where you're not stuck on one thing or stuck in your routine or stuck. No stuck this week. Anything where we feel stuck or obligated or bonded to or tied down to is going to make us feel a little antsy and a little restless. And honestly, there's a lot of benefits this week to not being in those typical, again, routine restrictions, obligations, all that stuff. I mean, we all are adults and we all have shit we got to do, right? So do them, but take time for all of the fun, spontaneity of life. Okay. There's, like I said, a lot of benefits to that this week. There's actually a good chance of having some cool light bulb moments, insights, breakthroughs that will come through if you're doing something that's very atypical for you to do. Okay. It's because of Uranus mostly, and also Gemini. But yeah, so overall, that's what I would have to say about this week. We are in store for some triggers, but honestly, the benefits far outweigh the unpleasantness of a trigger moment. And it's going to lead to growth. So if you utilize it that way, right? Triggers can always lead to growth if you take that as an opportunity to reflect and actually grow from it. But yeah, even if you're going to get triggered this week, there's so much more cool stuff to be had. Okay. So let's get down into the actual details of the astrology. So in the beginning of the week, I was really focusing on Mercury working with Mars and Chiron working with Venus. Excuse me, kitty cat. Clyde says hello. But I can tell he's trying to dominate the table. You can hang out, buddy, but you can't lay here. And Chiron square the sun. So Chiron's working with the sun all week long. That is definitely where we're going to get some triggers, because it's a square. Chiron's going to be square the sun. Again, good for growth. Don't be afraid of it. Live life this week. It will pay off. And Chiron's also working with Venus. I actually feel like the Chiron working with Venus might bring some triggers, but I think it's going to be more healing than anything, because it's a sextile, and Mercury is sextile Mars. So just touching on Chiron square the sun really quick, since it's all week long, it's going to be much stronger towards the end of the week, about the 8th. Actually, on the 8th is going to be when it's peaking, when they're both going to be at 16 degrees. So keep that in mind. It can bring on feelings of insecurity, especially emotional security, feelings of being unloved or unlikable, being sensitive to criticism, feeling particularly uncomfortable around family or women, or even mothers, motherly dynamics. Also triggers around parental disappointment. That was something that I channeled. Triggers around parental disappointment, especially self-image. The other thing I channeled was abandonment. And I'm like, didn't we do that? Every time something like that comes up, I'm like, we did this, we've been doing this. But yeah, abandonment might come up. Okay, like kind of like feelings of like being left out is going to lead to like triggers around abandonment. So be mindful, these are just potential triggers. They don't even have to happen. It's just potential. It's just the energy at play. And with astrology, you know, I love astrology, obviously. It's fun for me. But try not to like live your life by astrology to the point where you're not living. And I say that every video, but I think it's really important to say that just because there's an energy at play doesn't mean that it will immediately like happen in your life. These are just windows of opportunities of things to happen. Okay. Yeah, so that's Chiron square the sun. That will be exact on the 8th, like I said. Now, Chiron is also working with Venus in a sextile. Venus is in Gemini. Here comes Gemini with Chiron in Aries. This is going to be very healing, I think, especially if you are allowing yourself to go out and be dealing with people. We're also going to see improvements with communication, self-expression, relationships with money might change, or perspective on money might change or evolve. Healing and improvement with confidence, with sharing our ideas and being in the spotlight, asserting our creativity, especially when it comes to business or work. Now, again, these are just potentials of how this can manifest for you or how you can utilize this energy for yourself. From the new moon Cancer, I said this on Patreon, and it's also on Vimeo when I did the live for the new moon Cancer. Aries, for the next couple weeks, again, because of new moon Cancer, Aries is going to be where we have a little bit of a double-edged sword going on, where yes, it's giving us confidence and it's making us like feel like we have more vitality to go out and do things and get things done, but also it can like turn on its head for us because it's actually, we're also experiencing square Jupiter Aries energy as well. So when you have a square Jupiter energy, no matter what sign it's in, it can lead to like way too much of anything, right? And too much of anything is not a good thing, right? Moderation. And for this week, Aries is really, really like present with that whole double-edged sword effect, so to speak. So enjoy your confidence, enjoy your boost of energy, enjoy your optimism. Try not to overestimate yourself or overestimate circumstances. I would say try to also pace yourself so you don't burn out, but also so you don't make mistakes. And also be mindful of feeling way too confident. Be mindful of any arrogance that could happen, especially if you're dealing with people and meeting new people. Like that could throw a wrench into some potential opportunities. Okay, so be mindful. Don't worry about it too much. Just be aware. Be self-aware. And so check your personal houses where you have Aries, because this is where you might see that come up in your personal life. So for example, for me, my 11th house and 10th house has Aries. So with work and also among like community and whatnot, any attempts I have at trying to be creative or innovative, I need to just be a little bit more cautious and think before I speak. And it probably will go really well. Okay? Just as an example. Now, Mercury and Mars. This is cool. I like this. So Mercury is sextile Mars. In the beginning of the week, Mercury's in Gemini and Mars is in Aries. And then throughout the week, Mercury shifts to Cancer and Mars shifts to Taurus. So we're shifting from like fire, air, Mercury, Mars energy to water, earth, Mercury, Mars energy. So just looking at that alone before even getting into the details of what these aspects even mean, like going from planning to doing and like cultivating and nurturing, really good week for that. So if you like are coming to this point in any plans you have or creative ideas that you have or goals or what have you, where you've been thinking about it or you've been planning it out, like this is a really good time to actually anchor it into your physical reality, to actually bring it to life, to nurture it, right? And if you've already done that, then this is a really good time to make sure that you are on top of how you're maintaining those things. So I loved seeing that. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. The other great thing is that when Mercury is working with Mars in a sextile, our minds tend to be very sharp and our bodies tend to be very sharp as well. Like they both tend to be very like on point. So reflexes are better, instincts are better, communication tends to be faster, your thought process is typically faster. This is great for getting a lot of things done, and also, like I said, really great for communication in any context, romantic or business or family or what have you. There's a lot more fun to be had here too, because it's Mercury and Mars. And it's like those two can have a lot of, like, you can do a lot, you can say a lot, you can think a lot. It's like, again, kind of Gemini, almost like an amplified Gemini energy with some fire fueling it, is at play here. Okay. Yeah, great for relationships. Really, really great for relationships, especially new relationships, especially for those of you who like want to go on a date with somebody that you've been wanting to and you just haven't asked the person out. Or if you've been wanting to negotiate something at work, it's a great time for that. Okay. That's all the beginning of the week. So positive relationship stuff, just make sure you stay aware of when you get triggered so you can deal with that as it comes up. The more you deal with people this week, yes, the more triggered you might get, but the more growth you're going to have. And also the more insights and breakthroughs you're going to have too. So put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of what's going to happen. Be mindful, but don't be afraid. Let's move towards the end of the week. Got a lot of aspects towards the end of the week. So again, I'm not going to hit you over the head with like the details of the aspects. The biggest thing to take away is that imagination, playtime, creativity, fun, really good for us this week, especially towards the end because we have a lot of Pisces and Cancer aspects together. We have Vesta working with Mercury. Both of them are in water signs, Pisces and Cancer. We have the asteroid Ceres working with Neptune, both of them in Pisces and Cancer. We also have the Sun working with Uranus, Sun's in Cancer, Uranus is in Taurus. But again, all that Cancer, Pisces, Cancer, Pisces, Cancer, Pisces. All three of those aspects that I rattled off really fast, again, don't get too caught up on it because I'm going to explain everything. Creativity, imagination, playtime is going to help to really nurture your own passion. It's also going to help with any recovery that you need to do. Like some of us are in the throes of emotional recovery. I've been seeing that in the collective. I feel like I had a huge bout of it. I don't know why I said it like that. Bout, I guess that's how you'd say that. I had a huge bout of it myself, like probably weeks ago. But I feel that there's a good chunk of the collective kind of going through that now, like almost like an emotional release, like emotional reset. And these energies will help you with that, especially if you are embracing time for fun and time to kind of nurture your own emotional self and nurture your soul. And again, in a fun way. The other thing I want to mention, while you're having this fun, right? And especially for those of you brave enough to get out there and go and deal with people, meet people, all of that stuff, you're being like a Gemini Cancer, okay, for this week. You might get kind of frustrated with serious relationships or relationships that really want to keep you like stuck and keep you bonded because Juno's playing a role here. Juno's an asteroid. So if that comes up, that comes up. The Sun is also square Chiron, and that goes in exact at 16 degrees. I believe I mentioned this one. Yeah, I did, on the 8th. The 8th is going to be a big day. A lot of these aspects are really strong on the 8th. So keep in mind, the 8th of July, we're all going to be like riding highs of fun and emotion if we let ourselves. And then we might experience a lot of triggers as a result of that. But it's worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Do what you want. You got free will. Triggers around self-image and security, all the things that I mentioned before. The last thing, Mercury's also square Jupiter, and Jupiter's in Aries. There's Aries coming up again. Confidence, optimism, big picture thinking. Oh, I did talk about this. Can lead to arrogance, overestimating oneself or circumstances. You might even have a hard time focusing. You might make mistakes. So make sure you're double checking all your stuff. So pace yourself, listen before you speak, think before you speak, and watch the details, any plans or actions that you're trying to take here, okay? But overall, this is a fun week. Overall, this is a creative week. A week to really honor the feminine. Also, if you need to take any space to recover, please do so. Vesta in Pisces is trine Mercury in Cancer. And that's a great aspect that will help us to kind of nurture ourselves in isolation if we need it. And then if we want to go and actually like use our passion and like bring something to life, we can do so using our own intuition. We can do so using fun, using creativity, our imagination, and kind of like, it almost feels, again, kind of like Gemini, even though it's all water. I just keep feeling strong ass Gemini energy. I just keep feeling it like that. So for where this can personally manifest in your life, this is based off your natal chart. This is based off you knowing where your rising sign is, and based off your rising sign, you'll know what signs are ruling your personal houses, okay? If you don't know how to do that, I'm probably going to do another video on Patreon. Every once in a while I'll do a video on Patreon where I explain it. Clydester, he wants to play. I know, Bubby. So, Cancer and Pisces. Cancer and Pisces is where we're going to experience, I want to say, almost like the emotional pull, like where we can really feel a lot of joy from this week. Pisces and Cancer. Wherever you have Pisces and Cancer in your personal houses, that's where I'd look. They are varying degree ranges, so for the same kind of energies. So I'd actually look at just the sign. Don't get too focused on the degree points for those this week. Excuse me. Gemini. Gemini, I think, is where this is all going to go down. So like while we're getting all this like joy and also personal growth, you're too cute, and emotional satisfaction in the houses of Pisces and Cancer, I feel like the house of Gemini is where we're going to actually be meeting a lot of people. Or this, like, it's almost like, what's that term? The arena. Thank you. It's like, it's the arena where events will play out that will lead to us feeling joyful, satisfied, more inspired, more creative this week, or triggered. But it's like, it's the arena where shit's gonna go down. And Aries is where we're going to be triggered. Aries is like, it's like the root of our triggers. I'll say it that way. Aries is where we will be having the root of our triggers when it comes to insecurity, doubt, parental disappointment, especially with self-image, being sensitive to criticism, like our own personal issues tied to those things will show up this week in the house of Aries. Okay? But derive joy from life this week because it's the week to do so. Okay. Yeah, even same with Aries. I would actually, well, no, I'd give a degree range for Aries. Let's give a degree range for Aries. Let's say, it's pretty solid there at 16 degrees. Let's say 10 to 15 degrees for Aries. That's where you can see a lot of potential triggers. And when you get triggered, try not to lose faith. I just felt that. I just felt like a big, like almost 5 of Cups Eeyore energy with that. Yeah, don't lose heart. Like, there's still a lot to enjoy this week, okay? Don't hold back either on self-expression. Don't hold back on just being yourself. Like, being yourself this week, big payoff, especially with Uranus working with the sun. We have Sun sextile Uranus. That's powerful. That's really powerful for pleasant surprises, not bad ones, but pleasant surprises. It's powerful for, you know, getting involved in situations or new circumstances that you never thought you would, that it will actually give you some breakthroughs or insights about yourself, give you that personal growth. Especially in the context of Cancer and Taurus, right? Which is like, that's like family and home stability, even financial stability. So for some of you, there could be some really great financial opportunities up ahead if you put yourself out there this week and you don't hold back on who you are. Still practice pacing yourself. Still practice thinking before you speak and not overestimating yourself or circumstances. Definitely still practice that because Jupiter can still bite us in the butt. But embrace life this week. Embrace it, especially your own feminine energy. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and pull some. It's knocked over my sweetie. Pull some cards after I move a kitty cat. He literally is just like my table, not your table. Come on, Bubs. I know. I'm sorry. Come here. I try not to be like too aggressive with him because I love him to pieces. And his little boo-boo's doing better. I know a couple people were asking. I still don't know what happened. Honestly, I actually think he was messing around with the centipede. That's actually what I think happened. Because I found a dead centipede in the hallway, like randomly, which is a very strange place to find a dead centipede, like dead center of the hallway. And like immediately after, I saw the wound on his face. And it was like, oh. Okay. Anyway. Moving on. Okay. For July 4th to the 10th. Yeah, I feel like Gemini is really dominating this week. I just got a very airy energy, almost like a breath of fresh air is happening this week. To people who make you feel frustrated, like I'm getting those bonded relationships, they might be going through something. I really encourage practicing compassion there. Because I actually feel a lot of anger. I feel a lot of anger in response to these kinds of circumstances going on this week. Maybe even to the point where it's almost irrational anger. Like maybe even you're kind of caught off guard by your own anger. I'd really try to have as much compassion as possible and definitely speak your truth. I'm not telling you to like just take it. I'm not saying that. But try to have a little compassion while speaking your truth. And recognize that they could be going through something that they don't know how to deal with. Because like with the bonded relationships, it's almost like this push-pull of, I want to be free and mingling and play and light and like it's that. It's like free agent, like a free agent wild child. Not even wild child, really just like childlike. Yeah, see, Gemini. Like that energy, and then I feel this like drag down coming from like other people or another person, and it's like it feels almost like dark watery energy, like somebody who's like not dealing with their emotions very well, someone who might even be very codependent. I think a lot of you are going to see this come up, and I think it's going to trigger some parental stuff. Some of you it's going to trigger codependency just came up. It might even happen where maybe you've overcome codependency but this other person hasn't. Right? So it's like, I want to go here. No, don't pull me down. Like, it really feels like that. They could even just be very pessimistic or angry themselves. And it's almost like they could even lower your vibration. So be mindful. And if they do, I feel like that's when you actually feel the anger, is when they start to lower your vibration, or you start to feel kind of suffocated or really stifled by these kind of individuals. Yeah. Speak your truth, practice compassion. And if you gotta take space, take your space, as you guys know. Anything else going on this week? There are rewards for those who take time to sit in their hearts. That's literally what I just heard. There are rewards for those who take time to sit in their hearts. You know, the gift of Aries, while it is a double-edged sword, they're also telling me, they're showing me, telling me, same thing. Eagle sight. They're showing me like eagle eyes. It's almost like I'm literally seeing through eagle eyes. We might get some really interesting vantage points of our personal situations or circumstances that we couldn't have had otherwise. Utilize that. Just keep in mind it might be hard to focus this week too. I almost want to say it kind of feels a little bit like the, take the observer stance, like observe things. You don't need to act on it right away. Like take it in, really take it in, really integrate truth and your whole vantage point, what you're seeing, what's coming to you, what makes sense now about what you're seeing. And if you need to act later, act later. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards. What deck is calling me? Actually, Dreams of Gaia is calling me, so let's do it. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? Also, I saw there were a bunch of comments, people complaining about the smoke alarm. I actually put them in this room like a week and a half ago or so, or maybe 2 weeks ago, because I was like, no, maybe not even that long ago, because I was rearranging things. So I forgot they were in here, but I honestly like was not even hearing it. So I moved them away. So I'd be shocked if you could even hear it, because one of them is totally dead. And the other one, it's like super quiet. It's like super faint. So sorry for those who have, what's that called? Misophonia? Misophonophobia? Something like that. So for those who had that and you were very disturbed by that noise, you shouldn't be able to hear it now. I do have a lot of birds though. There are a lot of birds around me, so that could also be something that could trigger some of you. I would hope not. I love the sound of birds. But anyway, so that's what was going on with that. And I read comments. Just because I'm not responding doesn't mean I don't see them. Just so you guys know. Okay, moving on. Just had to say it. All right, any messages or insights for the collective? Yeah, they're giving me July 7th and July 8th. They're going to be big days. I almost feel like July 7th is a breath. That's kind of how it felt. Maybe that's the breath of fresh air is coming in on the 7th, on 7/7. Wait till next year when it's 7/7/7. Yeah, July 7th feels like a breath of fresh air. And July 8th feels really intense. Is this a portal? Are we going through another portal? I don't think so. No, I gotta know. So I can't take me through another portal just yet. Any messages or insights for the collective? I would say try to get a lot, like all your stuff done. But if you're gonna like be very active and working a lot or getting a lot done, beginning of the week is probably best. Ooh, does this want to be up or down? It wants to be sideways. We have the 7 of water. So here's what it looks like upright. Here's what it looks like in reverse. It wants to be sideways. It wants to be wishy-washy. That tells me that there is a shift that is imminent. Sorry, I'm gonna wait for that to pass. I'm sure it's not as noisy for you, but it's very noisy for me. It's funny because we're talking about waters, right? Are you gone? Oh, I can see it. Military equipment is crazy. I gotta say. Please don't come back over here. Okay. Anyway, so we're talking about all this water energy, like all the Cancer and all the Pisces, all that dreamy, yummy, intuitive, fantastical kind of energy, right? And here we have the 7 of water. In this deck, it speaks of flow. It speaks of flow. It speaks of embracing all of that, letting it inspire you, like letting it invoke emotions into you and not be attached to any of it, right? Like that's what this card talks about. In reverse, it talks about the resistance of that. It talks about having a very difficult time surrendering to what it is you're feeling and what it is that you are also picking up intuitively. But yeah, I feel like a lot of you won't have a problem surrendering because there's going to be such a desire for fun this week, and to just kind of enjoy the splendors of life. But if you're struggling, please make sure to make time for that. There are opportunities for you if you do so, okay? A lot of you might be in store for downloads. Yeah, a lot of you might be in store for some downloads. Please pay attention to your dreams this week. Keep a dream journal if you must. Set your intentions. And also, if you want any clarity to come to you, that they show up in your dreams. A really powerful week for dreams. Okay. Any other messages or insights for the collective for this week? What do we have here? Wow. so much earth. I'm looking at so much earth right here. So first we have the Queen of Earth in reverse with Maiden in reverse. Talk about difficulty surrendering. Is this the flip side of the coin? Yeah, so again, this really wanted to be sideways, right? So you guys are either going to surrender to flow and fun and imagination, emotional water, psychic energy, feminine energy, or you're not, right? Or you're not. I feel like this is the not group. I feel like this is going to be the energy for those who are going to be really resistant to that. This is a detachment from self, honestly. This is a disconnection from the self. The Maiden in this deck, when it's upright, speaks of the desire, the willingness, thank you, they said willingness, the willingness to look at the self, the willingness to explore the new, but particularly as it pertains to understanding oneself. And Queen of Earth, when the Queen of Earth is upright, it's a very grounded energy. It's somebody who also can understand all the different facets of a situation, because the Queen of Pentacles is the multitasker. So it's like she's got her eye on the kids, she's got her eye on the money, she's got her eye on her health, she's got her eye on the environment, she's got her eye on the pets. Like she's kind of got her eyes everywhere. This feels so Gemini. In reverse though, this can become kind of a selfish energy. This can become, I'm actually getting bitterness, to be honest with you. I'm getting bitterness with the Queen of Earth. It also can be very distracting, like very ADD, very not focused. And with Maiden in reverse, this is like, I can't even like get in touch with myself. This is like being completely external, not introspective at all, not having balance. That's what I'm getting with this. And for those who are going to fight the flow, I think I said this already, but routine is going to be really hard to keep this week. So if you're struggling with your routine this upcoming week, give yourself permission to let it go a little bit. Give yourself permission to just flow with that. Give yourself permission to have a little fun and to not be so serious. This is not a week to be super serious. This is a week, this energies right here, this almost feels like I am stressed out because I am trying to be very serious and I'm too unfocused, too ungrounded, and too scattered to do so. Like that's what that feels like to me, because there's almost too much pressure on trying to resist like the flowy energy that's coming in and trying to stick to it almost feels like sticking to very masculine, like routine. I need this, I need that, I need to do that, blah, 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 right? But for those who surrender to flow, you're going to experience this. You're going to have the Mother, which is literally the next step up of Maiden. You have the Mother, which is very Empress-like, and then you have the King of Earth in reverse, and then you have the Ace of Pentacles. This energy, the King of Earth in reverse, it's an energy of, it's stubborn. It's a stubborn energy. It's also somebody who can be very controlling, somebody who's way too focused on the material. And it's interesting too, because we have the Queen of Earth over here on the left. So this can also be transpiring between you and other people. Kind of like I said before, right? When I was channeling the whole like codependency, like, you know, trying to like keep someone down while you're like, I'm flying high, let me go. Let me go, right? I almost feel like that's happening here between these energies. Like this is an energy that is, they're not grounded within the self. Like they need something to anchor them. So this is an energy that won't look within themselves. They're gonna look externally for something. And this energy, the Mother, she's literally feminine. She's literally introspective and internal, right? Literally. And with the King of Earth in reverse, it's the juxtaposition to that Queen of Earth energy. Like, normally this is a very controlling energy, like I said, but I actually feel like this energy is kind of agitated. I feel like this energy is like, almost like, don't make me go into do mode. That's how this feels to me. Like, I don't want to be in do, take care, protect mode right now. I want to be in take care of me mode. I want to be in receptive mode. I want to be in passive mode. I want to be in flow mode. This is an energy that is asking for help unconsciously. I really want to say unconsciously. See, I definitely feel a tug of war here between these two people. Like this is somebody who's like trying to do their thing. And this is somebody who's like, no, please be my King of Earth. Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. Like, please be my King of Earth. Please, 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 please. I don't want to look at myself. Please, 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 please. Again, unconsciously, and have compassion for them, because again, I think this person is probably struggling with something that they don't understand how to deal with, or that they're probably not very conscious of themselves. And with the Ace of Pentacles, like, this energy is focused on their own stability. This energy is focused on new horizons. This energy is like, I got my eye on my prize. I know what I want, and I'm going to very gracefully, gently flow there. Don't make me do this. That's what I feel like. Don't make me go into this mode. I feel like for those of you where if this kind of energy like pulls on you enough and you do kind of get down to their vibration and that anger comes up, like you're gonna really be in a King of Earth in reverse energy, which also is not really great. It's not very helpful. It's not very constructive. It just makes us feel icky, right? When we get in this energy or we experience an energy like this, because this is somebody who's like, who has no problem saying no, but maybe in a way that's kind of cold. Maybe in a way that's not very considerate or very compassionate. And sometimes, yes, we need to do that, but I really feel like this person needs a lot of TLC. Not saying you need to give it to them, but just try to be aware in how you can affect this person with your energy. So fly high, do your thing, right? Keep your eye on that Ace of Earth. And don't let this person drag you down too much. With love. Don't let them do it too much. I'm also seeing your own personal evolutions for some of you here, where this has been you, where you have been having a hard time getting in your own body, getting connected with yourself, so that you can actually get grounded. And so you're not like looking to the external so much and like your focus isn't all over the place. And you are learning that you can evolve into this by moving into flow, by surrendering to the self, surrendering to fun, imagination, creativity, emotions, feelings, spirit, all the things that I was saying before. Surrender to Cancer and Pisces. It's going to be a beautiful lubricant to get you to this energy if you've been here. And also facilitate beautiful healing as well for those who need it. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Sorry, I don't mean to stop. Yeah, for those of you where it's about your own evolution from this to this, I feel like you were having a lot of resistance. I also want to say some denial about some pain that's just been sitting within yourself. And so it's like that escape to the external, or that escape to looking for someone to anchor you or for other people to ground you. And I also say want to watch out for you. It's almost like you've been wanting other people, or one person in particular, to kind of be more of a masculine role for you, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter, but you can be that for yourself. And some of you are learning that, and as you're learning that, you're actually able to move into your feminine and move into your body and be grounded and be calm and be centered and also go with the flow. The more grounded you are, the easier it is to flow. If you're not grounded and a wave comes, well, you're gonna you're gonna drown, right? But if you're like super grounded, like a 10,000-year-old tree, a tsunami could come by and you'd be standing there just fine and happy, right? So actually, that was a great analogy. I think that was like a perfect visual. Anyway, moving on. Any other messages or insights for the collective for this week? Oh, here's the water. Wow. Dun 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 dun. Death and rebirth. I love that there, honestly. That's like, it doesn't get like more beautiful than that. If you're gonna go through any kind of change or shift, that is amazing. That is I am fully in my heart space. Rewards to come for those who will do that. And for those who don't, it's fine. I'm not judging you. No one's judging you. And don't judge yourself, and don't shame yourself if you can't do it. You're on your own personal journey, okay? But this is, I am in my heart. I am open. I am in flow, and I'm happy. And it's coming at the other side of some big change or transformation. And for some of you, it is about your own transformation from, from this to this. Okay? And others of you, it's about dealing with people like this and continuing to be free. Okay? Continuing to be free, not letting yourself surrender to that lower frequency or vibration, not allowing yourself to get put into this like distorted masculine energy because someone's begging you to basically be a masculine energy. Like, you don't have to do that. You can be as free as you want to. And whatever situation is playing out for you, that change, that shift, it's a beautiful new beginning. There's a lot of joy here. There's a lot of joy here. I really like it. Any other messages or insights for the collective for this upcoming week? Overall, we got choice in reverse. Wow. Oh. That feels like a birth canal. Just looked at a bunch of these cards. So we have choice in reverse, the 6 of air in reverse, and we have the 10 of earth in reverse. Before even touching on the choice card in reverse, these two, this tells me that there is a struggle going on here. And it feels like it's a struggle in perception. It could be a struggle in beliefs. They're tied, they're correlated. A struggle with seeing, also correlated with perception and beliefs, that you actually have everything you need. That the sights you're setting on that Ace of Earth, if you're this mother energy or you're evolving into this mother energy, it's right there. Like when the 10 of Earth is in reverse in this deck, it's saying you really do have it. Like it's there for the taking. This tells me you don't see it, or you don't believe it, or you have some kind of stressed out mindset that like you have to constantly achieve to get this. Thank you. Some of you, that is what it is. Some of you actually do have a pattern or a belief system where you have to constantly be working for something. So let's say you set a goal and you're trying to achieve it. Before you even get there, you're setting new goals or other goals. And so even if you eventually achieve the goal you set, you're in a constant state of striving, like constant. So when do you ever get your reward? Never, right? When was the last time you actually rewarded yourself? When was the last time you actually honored an accomplishment of yourself? When was the last time you did that? Because there's a mindset here saying that you're in a constant state of striving for something. And I actually do feel like it's coming from the mother energy. Hold on. Some of you are evolving from here to here, needing to learn this and see this. Some of you are dealing with these people, trying to maintain yourself here, but you still need to learn this. Okay, either way, the mother still needs to learn this. And with choice in the beginning of that, it's funny because it's like that polarity, right? With black and white, the black and white. And I really do, and choice, I can't think of another word for this, but it really does come down to a choice, right? It's about the shift. It's about the shift in your own belief system. The choice card is similar to the Fool, where it's like taking a risk in faith, relying on your faith. I said this in the beginning before I even pulled out cards. No matter what happens this week, no matter what triggers happen this week, don't allow it to cause you to lose heart. Don't allow it to cause you to lose faith. Everything you ever could want is achievable, whether it's already in your reality and you just haven't been able to see it yet, perceive it yet, believe it yet, or believe that you can have it, that you can eventually get there. Okay? Underneath the 10 of Earth in reverse, I do want to talk about this a little bit. Just the 6, 5, 6, yeah. 6 of Earth. This card speaks of rewards. It speaks of gifts. It speaks of payoffs for hard work and effort. And here we have, you believe it's not there, or that you don't see it or perceive it or what have you. But this says it's there. Says it's there. Okay? So there's a lot going on in this reading. Just surrender to flow. It really is going to be the best thing. Surrender to flow, surrender to yourself. And for those dealing with people who can't do that, don't baby them. Don't babysit them. Do it with love. Do it with compassion. Do it with, okay, I've been there. I've been that person. I've struggled that way and I understand it. Don't shame them for it. But don't try to give in to what they're trying to get you to do, because it's just going to drag you down to that place. It's going to not allow you to be able to enjoy your 10 of Earth, your Ace of Earth. It's not going to allow you to enjoy the Ace of Water. It's not going to allow for that. So Be the mother and have compassion for this person and love this person, but don't give in to them. Be an example, right? Be an example and have your boundaries if you need them, and keep surrendering to flow and see what beautiful things come your way. Because my mothers who are here, whether you're male or female, right? You have a really cool transformation coming for you. One, if you can do this with this person, but also if you can start to actually see that you have what you want. that Ace of Earth is really a 10 of Earth, and you have what you want, or you will have what you want. Some of you, it is actually going to be more like a will, like, okay, I can see how to get there, and then focus on that and let yourself enjoy the journey of it. Let yourself go through striving to accomplishment and accepting and receiving and enjoying your reward. Some of you, where it's already here, get out of this mode of striving and enjoy your reward for just a minute, okay? Flow with it for just a minute and enjoy that, have fun with it, all right? God, it's already 45 minutes. So fast, so fast. God, I feel like this is actually a really complete reading. You know, I'm gonna clarify this. Let's clarify this. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. It might come out general, but we'll see. I'm going to focus on the Ace of Water. I heard gateway. This feels a little bit like a gateway. Gateway for what? To embrace the reality where you actually are enjoying the journey and enjoying your rewards. Seeing them, believing them, perceiving them. Whatever that form that they may take. Interesting. Whatever form they may take. Let's keep going. So I got the Ace of Water for the collective. So I got the Ace of Water for the collective. Three of Wands in reverse. Play more with the Ace of Water. Four of Wands. There's an Ace of Wands there. So we have Ace of Earth, Ace of Water, and now we have an Ace of Wands because we have the 4 and the 3. If this doesn't speak new beginning, or new way of enjoying life, new way of not being in strive mode, new way of enjoying your rewards, new way of not, succumbing to these people, whatever it is, it's new, okay? It's new, and it's full of love, and it's full of joy, it's full of happiness, it's full of excitement. Why does this feel like, yeah, this feels, again, the whole striving thing is coming up here, but in relation to also what you've been denying yourself, which is fun. 4 of Wands speaks of stability, but it also is about celebration. I feel like, again, there's been a denial of that in the past leading up to this transformation, or even just a lack of belief, like a pessimistic energy, like that's just never going to come, like that's just never going to happen. But that's because you put yourself in this position to always be striving, or to just not see and believe in yourself that you can actually get there. I'm at the Ace of Water. Look at you. Queen of Pentacles uprights. We moved from the reverse position to the upright position. I gotta be honest. This to me feels like a queen with her kingdom. It really does. Like 4 of Wands speaks of houses. It speaks of like marriages. It also speaks of like foundations where other people are involved, but like foundations that are meant to withstand the test of time. I just heard fortress. I don't know who's building a fortress, but that's what this feels like to me. A queen who is enjoying her kingdom and celebrating with the people she loves. Like that's what that feels like to me. This is what's in store for people. Receiving that celebration, receiving that stability, receiving that joy, receiving that kind of life. Again, if you embrace it. Whatever your personal kingdom is to you, whatever that looks like to you, it's possible. Okay? It's possible. For some of you, there's going to be a shift in what it looks like, okay? As you're moving through flow, and especially if you're deciding to put yourself out there, try new things and meet new people, you might actually realize as part of this transformation is that it needs to look different. Like what you actually want and could actually make you happy is not what you thought it was entirely. It feels like a little change. It doesn't feel like the whole thing is completely different. It just feels like there's a little shift in it. Tell me more about the Ace of Water. Tell me more about the Ace of Water. Now we have evaluating. Fool in reverse, similar to choice in reverse, right? Evaluating. This is review. It's also reflection, even though we're talking about Earth, but it is also reflection on what you have so far and where you want to go, where you can go. This is where you're going to realize, oh, it's already here. I've just been striving and haven't been enjoying it. Or, oh, I'm almost there. I just need to change this thing or that thing or the other, and it's totally accomplishable, right? To not be afraid to go there, to not be afraid to believe that you can have that kind of life or success. Overall, Page of Pentacles. Yes, I love that. This is a plan. This is a plan. This is a seed of an idea, a seed of a plan, the ability to get there, okay? You're holding that Ace of Earth and you're like, how do I work this? How do I work this into what it is I want? How do I work this into making this happen? It's total flow though, because I don't feel like it's mental. I really don't feel like it's mental. I feel like it's emotional. I feel like it's internal. It's like you're feeling your way through it. Total flow energy. Underneath that, King of Cups. Underneath that, 10 of Pentacles. Gorgeous. And some of you might be getting an offer this week that's a part of all these changes and a part of moving through the flow of all of this and staying in that kind of like mother energy, but allowing yourself to, again, believe in the dream, right? Have a really open heart, sit in your heart, really flow with things. Some of you might actually get an offer from a King of Cups energy that can get you to where it is you actually want to go, whether it is like romantic or it is business or family related, but some of you might come by way of that, okay? But King of Cups to me is also like, it's Scorpio energy, right? So it's fixed water. It's a very strong, stable, I am in my heart. Pisces water, mutable water, I think is better for flow, but it's a knight. So like when the king comes out, it's like it represents a more mature understanding of how to deal with emotions. But I would really say like mutable water probably moves easier with all of this stuff, but tiny details that don't matter. Anyway, yeah, King of Cups is like a very zen, grounded place to be emotionally. The king is like masculine energy that knows how to flow. The King of Water is masculine energy that understands like the logic and the routines and all that stuff and the rigidity, but knows how to flow when need be. So whether that's also just representing you and your ability to get there yourself, or you're getting an offer from somebody, you have all the tools to get there. Okay? This week you're getting those missing pieces. Thank you. You're getting the insights, you're getting the breakthroughs, you're getting the relationships, you're getting the missing pieces that some of you feel like you've been missing out on, or maybe there's clarity you've been needing that will help you get to that. All while that's going on, you're definitely having some triggers and relationship obstacles that are happening as the mothers are dealing with these people, or you are this person and you are evolving into that mother energy and eventually evolving into an upright Queen of Pentacles and potentially King of Cups energy as well, okay? A lot going on this week. Again, the 7th, I was feeling that breath of fresh air, so it might be a shift between the first and the last half of the weeks. Might be a good day of rest. And the 8th, lot of intense energy on the 8th, so just strap yourself in for that. I love it. Some of you, the missing piece was literally just your heart. Literally. Like, some of you, the missing piece was just understanding how to sit in the heart and come from the heart to flow with everything and to actually like go for your personal 10 of Earth or see your personal 10 of earth from a place of just love. I don't have another word for that. Acceptance, peace, divinity. What is truly satisfying, what truly brings you happiness, not just material, physical stability. A lot of you I can see were focused on that. A lot of you I can see have been really focused on the material and money and household and things like that. And this is a really nice shift into flow, a really nice shift into feminine, a really nice shift into outside of anything outside of my body. What do I need to be happy? All while mingling and all that stuff this week. Okay? I don't even know what to call this. No idea what to call this. I'm gonna go. I don't think you guys need advice. I think you guys got this. Although, okay, I'll pull one card. Okay, hold on. All right, so I have a deck that I pulled out of retirement. My Chakra Wisdom Oracle. It's kind of fun. I haven't played with it in a bit, but let's see what comes out. If there's any other additional messages or advice for the collective for this week. I really just have fun. Have fun, get in that heart space, understand joy, what it feels, not even understanding it, like feel it, right? What invokes joy for you? Add that to the mix of your 10 of earth dream or the kingdom you dream of. And don't look to other people to ground you. Ground yourself for those who need to learn that lesson. Deal with your codependency, your abandonment issues if that comes up for you. And just enjoy life and have fun. Additional messages or advice. Miracle. That's what I'm going to call it this week. Miracle. Actually, do I have the book out here? I don't. I just immediately wanted to read it to you guys. God, this is beautiful. I mean, miracle is exactly how it sounds. It's alchemy, it's magic, it's having faith in spirituality, it's being able to look at something that's been dead or something that you think is gone forever and then see it come back to life. It's going from doubt and insecurity and panic and fear to having complete confidence in yourself and joy and peace of mind. It's funny because I almost wanted to say miracle of life, like almost like death rebirth energy, but that's miracle. Not to sound cheesy, it's kind of like the miracle of the gift of love, really. Like that's kind of what it is, right? If you flow, you move into your heart, you sit in your heart, you really come from the place of I just want to experience joy. And how can I achieve that in my day-to-day? How can I achieve that with my long-term goal of my 10 of earth, while also dealing with all these new people and dealing with these people who keep dragging me down? Like, how do I do that? What does that look like? You got to feel it, right? And once you feel it and you start to see it, you start to implement it. For some of you, you might even see people around you in your life have a complete 180 of their energy. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go. Have a really good week, guys. No matter what goes down, have a really good week. And I hope to see you guys again very soon. Don't forget to check out Patreon, Vimeo, and the website. And have a good night. Take care.